Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Vault Podcast. Jersey Joe Archino back here. And look, there are a lot of rivalries in sports, but not many are defined by respect. And I think when you look at the rivalry between LeBron James and Tim Duncan, the storied legacy that they battled back and forth between, it comes down to just that respect. And last night was an incredible NBA game, one of the best games I've watched all season so far. The Spurs beating the Cavs at home 99-95 and extending their incredible 23-0 win streak. They have not lost at home yet, which is really unbelievable and a testament to how difficult and how great of a fan base they have there. But I think the biggest thing that came out from that game, and again, it was just an incredibly well-played basketball game. I think the Spurs and the Cavs are the two best two-way teams in basketball. I don't think anyone can come close to them defensively, and then with the passing that both teams have. They have an incredible offensive skill set, both teams. They're very unselfish. They pass the ball. They create great lanes. Their spacing is tremendous, and then their defense and their behind that is outstanding as well. But the big thing that came away from that game last night was LeBron's Instagram message after the game to Tim Duncan, and I'll read it. It follows as this: "Don't know how many times we got left to go against one another, but I've never had and I never will take them for granted. The consistency you've shown over the years goes unmatched, and as a competitor, it's always a treat to be competing on the same floor as you. Being professional, professionalism, is so overlooked in our sport, but I always knew who I could look to if I ever wasn't professional about this lovely game, and that's you. From one king to another, and to the greatest power forward to ever play this game, all love and respect, Timmy D." And that is a really, really true and I think heartfelt message from LeBron. And it's different because everyone at every twist and turn always likes to compare LeBron to Michael and Michael to LeBron, and they kind of use that. Well, Michael, he wanted to rip people's throats off on the court. He would never put out messages like this. But it's a different era. LeBron is a different guy. It's a different landscape now. And I think messages like that. Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time. There's no disputing that. I think other than Karl Malone, he is far and alone the best of all time. And of course what he has is that Karl Malone doesn't have is the 5 rings. He would have, and he very, very, very well could have 6 of them if it wasn't for LeBron beating him that one time. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at this, there's not many rivalries like this that can be defined by respect. The first time LeBron went up against Tim Duncan, 2007 NBA Finals, the lowly Cavaliers, LeBron carrying that team as far, again, that is the farthest a player has ever taken. He took the worst roster in NBA history to the finals there. I don't want to hear anything about anybody else. LeBron James took that horrible roster to the NBA Finals, and that's as much a testament to his greatness as it is to anything else. They got swept, but again, the fact that LeBron could will and find a way to carry that roster with no good, not even a backup good player. Who is his second best player? Anderson Varejao, Daniel Gibson, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He had nothing. It was a one-man show, and they got swept as a result of it. But still, I think you look at the legacy and the progression of LeBron's career, each time a loss came, I think was a big, big learning point for LeBron James. And I think losing to Tim Duncan for his first finals showed LeBron the way things have to be done. He tasted defeat again to the Mavs, and I think that's the ultimate point where he learned, and that's where he became who he is today. But I think it all started with the loss to Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan, the entire Spurs organization, is top class in every single way. Duncan is the literal epitomization of everything that a franchise star and somebody who should be the face of your franchise should be. Quiet, does his job, never complains, never is doing stupid things on the court. He goes out there and plays hard. He demands greatness, and the greatness obviously has came to him many times. But I just think that message right there says a lot about the respect that LeBron has for a guy like that. And again, LeBron is always a guy who's learning every twist and turn, everything. I think he likes to analyze and see how can I learn from this. Losing that first finals, facing Duncan in the finals 3 times, losing 2 of them, of course, but I think that one title that he won and the other 2 that he lost showed him so much and helped him become more of a leader, helped him become a better basketball player in every facet of the game. But, I thought that was a big thing. Going back to the game, individual game, though, I think, again, the Spurs in second place in the West to the best team in basketball, the Golden State Warriors. The Cavs still in first place. I think Golden State is still the best team in the NBA, but I still don't think that they're as good as the Cavs or the Spurs are defensively. Now, the Warriors play at such a high speed and high tempo that really makes up for them not being a great defensive basketball team. But you look at the way that these 2 teams have panned out, it's not impossible to think that that LeBron and Duncan could meet in the NBA Finals again. Do I think it would happen? Would I put money on it right now? I might not. Again, the Warriors are as good as it gets. They're the best team in basketball. But it was a tremendous game. It was probably the best game I've watched all season so far, and I think it all culminated in a nice message at the end from LeBron James to Tim Duncan. 2 of the best to ever play the game, 2 of the best, and at the end of the day, probably will be 2 of the top 5 players of all time. Again, I'm not going to get into the rankings right now, but I don't think that there's any question when they both hang up their capes. If you wanted to put them both in your top 5, I would not have many arguments against you. But that is going to do it for this segment. Jersey Joe Archino. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino, on Instagram Jersey_Joe_Archino, and we'll be back next time.